Earth was quiet that morning. The sun rose slowly over the cities, and the birds sang in the parks. People went about their daily lives, unaware that something far away in the dark space beyond the moon was moving toward them. In orbit, above the Earth, the satellites watched silently. They were made to protect Earth, but even they could not fully understand what was coming. Lieutenant Alex Carter sat in the control room of the orbital defense station, Horizon. He leaned forward, his eyes fixed on the screen that showed streams of data coming from the deep space scanners. His hands moved quickly over the controls, trying to make sense of the readings. The numbers made no sense at first. The satellites had detected something big, something moving fast and with intelligence. "Sir," a voice called from behind him. It was Lieutenant Kyle Reynolds, a younger officer who often assisted Alex. "I don't understand it. The fleet, if it is a fleet, is huge, and it's moving faster than anything we have ever seen. At this speed, it will reach Earth in less than 72 hours. Alex rubbed his face. He had expected emergencies before, but nothing like this. He knew Earth had defense systems, but they were designed to handle asteroids, rogue satellites, or small alien probes, not an entire fleet. "Get the scientists in here now," he said. "We need answers, and we need them fast." On the surface of Earth, Dr. Leah Martinez was at her lab in New York. She was an astrophysicist, one of the best in the world, and had spent her life studying the stars. When the call came through from the orbital defense station, her heart jumped. She had been tracking signals from deep space for weeks, but she had not expected this. The scientists gathered around the large monitors. Leah pointed to a stream of signals. "Look at this," she said. "The pattern is not random. Whoever or whatever is coming, they are not just moving through space. They are observing, analyzing, planning. They know what they are doing." The room was silent. Even among scientists, that kind of certainty was rare. Everyone understood what it meant. Earth was facing something intelligent, something dangerous. Back at Horizon, Alex sat with the military commanders via video link. General Karen Bell was the leader of Earth's planetary defense. She was a tall woman with a calm voice, but Alex could see the tension in her eyes. "We have confirmed it," she said. "A fleet of unknown origin is heading directly for Earth. Our estimates suggest a full-scale attack. Conventional weapons may not stop them. Evacuation is being considered, but time is very short." The words hit Alex hard. Evacuation? That was for small areas or disaster zones, not the entire planet. "We need options," he said. "Tell me what we can do besides running." One of the officers shook his head. "Sir, we have the fastest ships, the most advanced weapons. But if their fleet is larger than ours and more advanced, we might not survive. Even nuclear defense might not work." Alex clenched his fists. Fear was there, but he refused to let it take control. Humanity had survived wars, disasters, and countless crises before. This was new, yes, but it was not the end yet. "Then we need something new," he said. "We need intelligence, not just weapons." Leah's lab had already begun trying to decode the signals that came ahead of the fleet. They were not just signals. They were messages, patterns, sequences that suggested thought and communication. She worked with her team, pulling all-nighters, analyzing every pulse and wave. "You're saying they are talking to each other?" one of her assistants asked. Leah nodded. "Yes, and they are reacting to us. Every time we send out signals, they adjust their course. They are aware of Earth. This is not random. They have a plan." The news spread slowly at first, then quickly. Social media buzzed with rumors, and soon, news channels were broadcasting constant updates. Panic began to build among the population. People bought supplies, some tried to leave cities, others prayed. Governments called emergency meetings, and the United Nations held a virtual session to discuss the threat. In the chaos, Alex and Leah were the calmest in the room. They both understood something others did not. Fear could only slow humans down. Intelligence, planning, and courage would determine survival. On the Horizon station, Alex looked out at the Earth below. It looked peaceful, beautiful. Green forests, blue oceans, cities buzzing with life, and yet the threat hovered in space, unseen but certain. He felt a deep responsibility. This planet, all these lives depended on the decisions he would make in the next hours. Leah's team discovered a pattern in the alien signals. They were using mathematics and physics far beyond human knowledge, but the pattern repeated, almost like a heartbeat. "It's as if they are testing us," Leah said quietly. "We need to respond carefully, or we might trigger something we cannot control." Meanwhile, the alien fleet grew closer. The satellite's screens lit up with the silhouettes of massive ships, sleek and powerful. Each ship moved with precision, forming lines and shapes no human could easily replicate. Their size and speed were terrifying. The world began to understand the scale of the danger. General Bell addressed Alex. "We are preparing defenses," she said. "But I need you to work with Dr. Martinez. If there is any way to understand them, to communicate, we need it now. There might be no second chance." Alex nodded. "Understood, ma'am." He knew it would be difficult. Aliens, communication, survival. But humans were stubborn, inventive, and resilient. If there was a chance, they would find it. In New York, Leah worked with her computers late into the night. She had built a model to simulate the alien communication pattern. She noticed something strange. Hidden within the signals were hints of curiosity, not just aggression. The aliens seemed to be observing humanity, learning. Alex joined her via a secure video call. "Leah, tell me you see what I see," he said. Leah pointed to the screen. "Look here," she said. "Every time they change course, it's like they are reacting to us. Not just physically, but intellectually. They are watching, studying, maybe waiting." Alex leaned back. "Waiting for what?" "That's the question," Leah said. "But if we can figure out what they want, maybe we can survive without a full war. Maybe." The hours passed, and the alien fleet drew nearer. Satellites picked up signals, and the data grew more complex. Every human on the planet could feel the tension building. Flights were canceled, roads were packed, schools closed. People turned to news and social media, searching for hope. Alex and Leah worked together, trying to make sense of the incomprehensible. They ran simulations, shared ideas, and argued about possible interpretations. They debated whether the fleet was purely hostile or something else. Leah suggested a bold idea. What if they could communicate, even just a little, with the fleet? Alex frowned. Communicate? How? We don't even know their language, their intentions, their biology. Leah smiled faintly. "That's why we use patterns, math, and logic. We have to show them intelligence. Show them humans are humans. Maybe that will make them hesitate." Alex nodded slowly. He liked the plan, but he knew it was risky. Every second mattered. If they failed, Earth might not survive. Night fell over New York and the sky was clear. People looked up and wondered what was out there, unaware that the alien fleet was already within the solar system. The stars that had always been distant points of light were now alive with danger. In the Horizon control room, Alex watched the monitors. The outlines of the fleet were clearer now, massive dark shapes against the blackness of space. He felt a mixture of fear and determination. "We don't have weapons that can stop them all," he said quietly to himself. "But we have minds, and maybe that will be enough." Leah worked beside him, her eyes tired but sharp. "We need to finish decoding this pattern. If we can send a message, even a small one, maybe it will buy us time." Alex nodded. "Time is all we have." Across Earth, people went to sleep uneasy. Some whispered prayers. Others stayed awake, watching the sky. No one could see the alien ships yet, but everyone could feel that life was about to change forever. And then, as the hours passed, Leah finally leaned back from her computer, her eyes wide. "Alex, I think we're ready to send the first message." Alex's heart pounded. "Are you sure?" She nodded. "It's the only chance we have." Alex looked at Earth below, calm and fragile. "Then let's do it." Above Earth, in the dark void, the alien fleet continued its slow, perfect approach. It had not yet attacked, and for the first time, a small flicker of hope began to shine from humanity. One message could change everything. As the countdown began, Alex and Leah prepared to send a signal into the void, knowing that the fate of all life on Earth might rest on what came next. And so the quiet morning that began with peace and routine turned into the beginning of humanity's greatest challenge, a moment when fear, courage, and intelligence would collide, and when the fate of a planet hung in the balance. Alex and Leah stared at the screen, their fingers hovering over the controls. The room was silent, except for the soft hum of computers and the occasional beep of incoming data. The device they had prepared was ready to send a message into the void of space, a message that could change the fate of Earth. Leah took a deep breath. "This is it. Once we send it, there is no turning back." Alex nodded. "We have to do it. If they are intelligent, maybe they will respond. Maybe they will hesitate. That's our only chance." They checked the signal one last time. It was simple, using patterns of math, logic, and sound pulses. There were no words, no language that could be misunderstood, just pure reason, intelligence, and a clear sign that humans were thinking beings. Leah pressed the final key. The signal was sent. It pulsed outward, traveling faster than light through the emptiness of space. For a moment, the room felt heavier, as if time had stopped. Then the monitors began to flicker. The alien fleet paused. Their ships, previously moving in precise formation toward Earth, stopped, as if a signal had reached them. Alex and Leah held their breath. Kyle Reynolds leaned forward. "They're stopping?" Alex did not answer. He could not take his eyes off the screens. The outlines of the ships began to shimmer, like they were analyzing the message. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the fleet shifted. They did not attack. They did not retreat. They waited. Leah's eyes widened. "They are reacting to us. It worked." A few hours passed, and the world held its breath. News channels broadcast warnings and updates, but the situation was changing. The alien fleet was still a threat, but it was not moving aggressively. Governments around the world tried to understand what was happening, while Alex and Leah worked non-stop to interpret any response. Finally, the computers picked up a response. It was not in any human language, but it followed patterns that matched the logic and math of their first message. Leah studied the sequence carefully. They are responding," she whispered. "It's not words, but it's communication. They are trying to understand us." Alex leaned back, relief and worry mixed in his expression. "Do we know what they want?" Leah shook her head. "Not yet, but they are intelligent. They are observing, learning. That is a start." Earth's population was in chaos. Some people panicked at the news of the fleet, while others watched in awe as the pause in aggression became clear. Soldiers were on alert, ready for anything, but ordinary people tried to continue life as normally as possible. Markets were busy, traffic flowed, and families stayed together. Even in fear, humans found ways to keep living. Alex convened a meeting with the top scientists and military leaders. "We don't know their intentions, but we do know they understand our intelligence," he said. "That gives us an advantage. We need to communicate more." We need to show them who we are and why Earth matters. Dr. Martinez stepped forward. We can continue the signals, but we need to be careful. Any mistake could trigger a reaction. We must show creativity, curiosity, and reason. That is what makes us human. That is what might make them hesitate. The military commanders were skeptical. We don't have time for tests or games, one said. They could destroy us in hours. We need weapons ready, just in case. Alex replied firmly. Weapons alone will not save us. We need both. We need to show them humans are more than just threats. We need to show them potential. The first attempt at a second signal involved a series of complex patterns combining math and music. Leah explained that the vibrations of the pulses were designed to be universal, a form of expression any intelligent being could understand. The signal traveled through space, invisible but powerful. Hours later, a reaction came. The alien fleet shifted again. Their ships moved slowly, almost as if studying the message. It was not aggressive, it was cautious. Leah let out a quiet laugh. It worked again. They understand curiosity and intelligence. They are interested. Alex smiled faintly, but he did not relax. We are not safe yet. We need more. We need them to stop thinking of us as prey. We need them to see potential. The next day, Alex and Leah organized a larger effort. Engineers, scientists, and communication experts from around the world worked together. Signals were sent with images, patterns, and even sequences that represented human achievements, art, music, and science. Every pulse was designed to show creativity and intelligence, not aggression. As the fleet watched, Earth's people also began to respond. Artists, musicians, and writers were asked to contribute to the signals. Schools and universities became part of the effort. It was a global movement. Humanity was showing itself in the purest form, curious, inventive, and resilient. Back on Horizon, Alex monitored the fleet. The massive ships had stopped moving toward Earth completely. They floated, waiting, observing. Each new signal from Earth prompted a new reaction. Slowly, patterns formed. The aliens were trying to communicate back, testing responses, learning from human creativity. Leah worked tirelessly to interpret these reactions. They are not attacking because they are curious, she explained. They are learning, trying to understand what humans are capable of. That is why they stopped. They are impressed, in a way. Kyle Reynolds, who had been watching quietly, shook his head. Impressed? You mean we are surviving because they like us? Leah smiled. Not like us, but they respect intelligence and creativity. That is what they respond to. That is why they have paused their attack. If we show them more, maybe they will stop completely. Alex felt a mixture of hope and fear. The fleet was still a threat. They could attack at any moment if humans made a mistake. But for the first time, he believed survival was possible. Not through weapons, but through thought, creativity, and courage. In the days that followed, Earth sent more signals. Every hour, new patterns, images, and sounds were sent into space. The aliens responded in kind, shifting their fleet, sending pulses that Leah and her team could barely interpret. It was like a slow, careful conversation across millions of miles. Humans also began to realize that they were no longer just passive observers. They were part of something bigger. Artists, scientists, and students from every continent contributed to the effort. Humanity was showing its best side, and the aliens were watching. Alex and Leah worked around the clock. Sleep was short, meals were rushed, but neither of them complained. Every small reaction from the fleet was a victory. Every signal interpreted correctly was a step toward survival. One evening, Alex looked at the Earth below. Lights shone in every city, and people went about their lives unaware of how close they had come to disaster. He thought about the courage of everyone who had contributed to the effort. He thought about the planet, fragile and beautiful, and about the aliens, massive and unknown, waiting silently in space. Leah joined him at the observation window. "It's amazing," she said softly. "They are learning from us, and we are learning from them. Maybe this is the start of something bigger than survival." Alex nodded. "We have shown them humans are more than a threat. We have shown them humans are alive in thought, in creativity, in courage. That might be enough to save us." The next morning, the alien fleet made its first visible movement toward communication rather than attack. Beams of light, pulses of energy, and shapes in space suggested they were trying to respond to Earth in a way humans could understand. Leah and her team worked quickly to interpret the signals. "What are they saying?" Alex asked. Leah hesitated. "It's complicated, but it's not aggression. They are asking questions about us, about our planet, about our knowledge. They want to understand." Alex felt a surge of hope. For the first time, he realized that survival might not be through weapons, but through dialogue, through understanding. Humanity had reached out into the darkness, and the darkness had reached back, not with destruction, but with curiosity. Across the world, people began to notice changes. Satellites reported unusual energy readings. Scientists speculated about unknown phenomena. The world was tense, but slowly people began to hope. If the aliens were listening, maybe they were learning that Earth was worth preserving. Alex turned to Leah. "This is bigger than anything I imagined. We are not just surviving, we are showing them humanity." Leah nodded. "Yes, and if we continue, maybe we can not only survive but change the way they see us. Maybe we can earn their respect." For hours they worked together, sending new signals, decoding alien responses, adjusting the messages to show even more of human creativity and intelligence. It was exhausting, but Alex and Leah felt alive with purpose. Every pulse sent was a lifeline. Every reaction received was proof that Earth had a chance. The alien fleet remained in orbit, massive and silent, yet no longer threatening. They had paused, and for the first time, humans realized they had done something extraordinary. They had reached out to beings far beyond their world and had been heard. Alex sat back, exhausted but determined. "We have bought time," he said. "Now we need to keep going. We need to show them humans are worth more than destruction." Leah smiled faintly. "And maybe, just maybe, we can make them friends instead of enemies." The world held its breath. For the first time in history, humanity had faced an incomprehensible threat and responded not with fear, but with intelligence, creativity, and courage. The alien fleet waited, and Earth prepared to show the next step in its message. The first small message had stopped an attack. The second, larger set of signals had shown intelligence, creativity, and potential. And now, humanity knew that every action, every pulse sent into space could determine the fate of their planet. Alex looked at the stars and whispered, "This is only the beginning." And in the darkness beyond, the alien fleet watched, listened, and learned. The preparations for the mission were intense. Earth had gained the attention of the alien fleet, but the signals could only do so much. Alex and Leah knew that if humans wanted to survive, someone had to go further. Someone had to reach the fleet, to understand them directly, and perhaps deliver a message in a way that machines and satellites could not. A small crew was chosen. Every member was selected for skill, intelligence, and courage. Ethan Murphy was the pilot, calm and steady under pressure. Sophie Daniels was the engineer, brilliant with machines and able to fix nearly anything. Alex and Leah would go along, leading the mission and communicating with Earth. Each of them carried the hopes of millions of people. The spacecraft, named Horizon Explorer, was small but fast. Its shields were strong, and its communication systems were advanced, The ship was designed to carry humans safely into deep space and back, but the journey was dangerous. No one knew exactly what they would encounter near the alien fleet. As the crew boarded, Alex looked at each of them. "This is more than a mission," he said. "This is a chance to show who we are. Be smart, be careful, but remember, humanity is watching, and we must do everything we can to survive and learn." Ethan nodded, gripping the controls. "We'll get there. We'll show them humans are worth understanding." The launch was smooth. As the Horizon Explorer left Earth orbit, the crew felt the weight of the planet's hopes pressing on them. They would be the first humans to approach an alien fleet directly. The stars stretched out ahead of them, endless and dark, but alive with possibility. Leah sat in the communications seat, her fingers moving quickly over the console. She sent updates to Earth, carefully phrasing every word, knowing that the alien fleet might be observing. Alex watched the monitors, reading data from the ship's scanners. Sophie checked the engines and systems, muttering to herself as she made small adjustments. Days passed. The ship traveled at incredible speed, but space was vast. The crew faced challenges almost immediately. Meteor fields crossed their path, threatening to damage the ship. Ethan guided the Horizon Explorer with skill, dodging massive rocks that could have ended their mission in seconds. Sophie worked non-stop. "The shields are holding, but we need more power if we want to go faster," she said. Alex and Leah helped reroute energy, using calculations and quick thinking to boost the ship's speed. Every small success felt like a victory, but they knew the hardest part was still ahead. During long hours in the dark of space, the crew talked. They shared stories of home, of Earth, of why they wanted to survive. Ethan spoke of his younger sister, waiting for him to return. Sophie talked about her parents and her dream of building machines that could explore the stars. Alex told them about his hope that humans could survive by intelligence and courage, not just by force. Leah spoke softly about her fascination with the universe and her desire to learn from it. These conversations kept their spirits alive. Fear was always present, but they supported each other, drawing strength from their shared purpose. After nearly a week of travel, the alien fleet came into view. It was massive, far larger than they had imagined from Earth. The ships floated in perfect formation, shapes and lines that seemed almost alive. Light pulses moved along their surfaces, like signals moving between the ships. The crew held their breath. This was the first time humans had seen the fleet up close. Every pulse from the alien ships was analyzed by Leah's computers. "They are watching us," she whispered. "Every movement we make, every signal we send, they are studying it." Alex spoke into the microphone. "Ethan, approach slowly. We don't know how they will react. Stay calm. Follow the patterns they have shown us." Ethan guided the Horizon Explorer carefully, matching the speed and direction of the nearest alien ships. It felt like a dance in the void. Any mistake could provoke a reaction. And they did not have the weapons to fight the fleet head-on. As they moved closer, the fleet responded with signals. Leah analyzed the pulses and discovered patterns that suggested curiosity, even recognition. "They are trying to understand us," she said. "They know we are intelligent. They are reacting, not attacking. This is our chance." Sophie adjusted the ship's systems to send a larger signal, combining light pulses, sounds, and sequences of mathematical patterns. The goal was to show not just intelligence, but creativity and curiosity. It was risky. If the aliens misunderstood, it could be disastrous. Alex pressed the key to send the message. The pulses shot out into space, bright and rhythmic. The fleet paused again. Then slowly, one massive ship detached from the main group and approached the Horizon Explorer. The crew felt tension in every bone. This was the first direct contact. The alien ship's surface shimmered with energy, patterns moving across it in a way that suggested thought. Leah adjusted the sensors to try to interpret the signals. They are communicating, she said. It's not language like ours, but they are sending questions, trying to understand us. Alex leaned forward. Answer them carefully. Show intelligence, curiosity, and creativity. Do not make any sudden moves. The crew worked together. Leah sent sequences in response. Ethan maneuvered the ship to stay steady. Sophie monitored the engines and shields, and Alex coordinated every action. The alien ship pulsed back, almost as if it were alive. For hours, the interaction continued. The Horizon Explorer sent signals, and the alien ship responded. Slowly, the crew realized that the aliens were learning. They were not attacking. They were studying humanity. Alex felt a thrill of hope. This is it, he said quietly. We are showing them humans are more than just survivors. We are thinkers, creators, learners. This might be enough. Suddenly, a small fleet of alien drones appeared, moving quickly toward the Horizon Explorer. Sophie shouted, "Shields up! They are testing us!" Ethan maneuvered expertly, dodging the drones while Leah sent signals to explain humanity's peaceful intentions. The drones paused, hovering in place. The alien ship that had approached sent pulses in response. The drones retreated slowly, as if understanding the message. Alex exhaled. They are learning. They are listening. We are doing it. The crew continued for days, sending new messages and analyzing every response. Each pulse showed more intelligence, more creativity, more courage. The alien fleet observed carefully. Slowly, the Horizon Explorer became a bridge between humans and beings far beyond their understanding. One evening, as the crew rested, Alex spoke quietly. Do you realize what we're doing? We are showing the galaxy that humans are more than just a species. We are thinkers, creators, and survivors. Leah nodded. And they are noticing. This could change everything. If we succeed, we might not only survive, we might earn respect. The next day, a major breakthrough occurred. The alien ship began to project images, shapes, and sequences that Leah's computers could interpret. The pulses seemed to ask questions about Earth, humanity, and knowledge. The crew realized they were communicating more than they had imagined. We are talking to them, Leah said, awe in her voice. They are learning from us, and we are learning from them. This is history. Alex smiled. History, yes, but survival too. Every pulse we send, every answer we give, it's a step toward keeping Earth safe. As the Horizon Explorer moved through the fleet, they discovered that the aliens were not a single mind, but a collective intelligence. Each ship was connected, sharing knowledge and learning quickly. The humans had to think carefully, because a single mistake could be amplified across the entire fleet. The crew realized they needed to show something uniquely human: emotions, creativity, and problem-solving. They sent signals that combined art, music, science, and simple messages about life on Earth. Slowly, the alien fleet's movements changed. They paused less frequently and began responding in patterns that suggested comprehension and recognition. Ethan turned to Alex. Do you think they understand us? Alex shook his head slowly. They are learning. Understanding takes time. But yes, they are starting to see humans not as a threat, but as a species with potential. Days turned into a week. The Horizon Explorer traveled among the fleet, sending messages, analyzing responses, and carefully maneuvering. The alien ships no longer moved aggressively. The drones had retreated. The fleet was studying, listening, and adapting to the human signals. Sophie Daniels worked tirelessly on the engines, keeping the ship running perfectly. We've made it this far, she said. We just have to keep going. Leah sent another sequence, showing images of Earth, of people, of cities and landscapes. The aliens pulsed in response, patterns that Leah interpreted as curiosity and wonder. For the first time, the humans felt that the aliens were not just observing, they were impressed. Alex looked at the stars beyond the fleet and felt a sense of awe. Humanity had reached out into the unknown and had been heard. The courage, intelligence, and creativity of humans had created a chance for survival. At the end of the week, the Horizon Explorer prepared to return to Earth. They had gathered data, established communication, and learned more about the alien fleet than anyone had imagined possible. They had survived the first direct encounter and had shown the aliens that humans were not to be underestimated. As the ship turned toward home, Alex spoke quietly to the crew. "We've done something extraordinary. We have shown the galaxy that humans are more than just a species. They are thinkers, creators, and survivors. And now, we bring this knowledge back to Earth." Leah nodded. "The next step will be even harder. But if we can survive this, we can survive anything." The crew looked out at the stars, the alien fleet behind them, and felt the weight of their mission. Humanity had made its first contact. Humanity had survived the first test, and humanity had a chance to show the aliens that Earth was worth protecting. For the first time, hope was stronger than fear. The Horizon Explorer moved cautiously toward the center of the alien fleet. Every crew member felt the weight of the moment. This was the place where decisions would be made, decisions that could determine whether Earth survived or was destroyed. Alex Carter sat in the command seat, his hands resting lightly on the controls. He did not need to touch anything yet. The alien fleet was aware of their approach. Every movement, every pulse of light from the ship was observed. Ethan Murphy piloted steadily, keeping the ship on a safe path through the massive ships, each glowing with strange lights and patterns. Leah Martinez studied the signals coming from the fleet. The pulses had become more complex, more deliberate. It was clear the aliens were aware of the humans' intentions. They were no longer simply curious. They were testing, questioning, and assessing the crew's purpose. "Alex," Leah said softly, "they are expecting us. I think they know we want to communicate, not fight." Alex nodded. "Then we need to be careful. One wrong move, and this could all end badly." The ship reached the central formation of the fleet. There, a massive alien vessel hovered, far larger than any other they had seen. Its surface shimmered with light, patterns moving like waves across water. The sensors detected energy pulses emanating from it, each carrying complex information. This was clearly the command center. This was where the decisions were made. Ethan guided the Horizon Explorer closer, keeping the ship steady. Every inch of space was calculated. Sophie Daniels monitored the engines and shields, her hands moving quickly to adjust energy flows. The ship hummed quietly, a fragile vessel of human life among giants of alien design. Leah prepared the final message they would send. It was not just a signal, but a combination of light, sound, and patterns that represented humanity's intelligence, creativity, and courage. It showed art, music, science, and images of life on Earth, people, cities, oceans, forests, and animals. It was meant to tell the aliens that humans were worth understanding, not destroying. Alex took a deep breath. "Send it," he said. The pulse traveled outward from the Horizon Explorer, reaching the massive alien vessel. For a moment, nothing happened. The ship hovered in silence. Then, slowly, lights moved across its surface in patterns Leah could interpret as a response. "They are reading it," Leah said. "They are understanding. It's incredible." Suddenly, the ship emitted a series of pulses so fast and bright that the crew had to shield their eyes. The patterns carried meaning, questions and tests. The aliens were probing, trying to understand the humans' intentions, their intelligence, and their courage. Alex studied the signals carefully. They want answers, he said. We need to respond with truth and clarity. Show them humanity without hiding anything. Leah nodded. We can do that. We have prepared for this. The crew worked together. Leah sent pulses of light and sound representing human logic and reasoning. Sophie monitored the ship, making sure the shields held. Ethan maneuvered to ensure the ship remained visible, but safe. Alex coordinated every response, translating the humans' intentions into a language the aliens could understand. Hours passed. The communication was slow and deliberate. Every pulse sent by the Horizon Explorer was matched by a response from the alien ship. The crew began to notice patterns, pulses that suggested recognition, understanding, even curiosity. They are learning, Leah whispered. They are recognizing us as intelligent beings, not threats. Alex felt hope growing. This is more than survival. We are showing them humans are capable of thought, creativity, and courage. That is what might save Earth. Suddenly, the central alien ship projected a massive pulse that filled the area around the Horizon Explorer. The lights moved in complex patterns, almost like a conversation. Leah analyzed the signals and realized that the aliens were asking questions about Earth, about life, and about humanity itself. They want to know why we exist, what we value, what we are capable of, Leah said. This is the first time they are asking, not attacking. This is huge. Alex leaned back, a mixture of relief and concern on his face. Then we answer honestly. We show them humanity, not just what we have, but who we are. Over the next several hours, the crew sent images and signals representing human achievement, creativity, and culture. They showed mathematics, music, art, literature, and the lives of ordinary people. Each pulse was crafted carefully, showing humans as intelligent and curious, but also compassionate and resilient. The alien ship responded. The patterns of light and energy became more complex, almost as if the vessel itself was thinking. The pulses showed questions, understanding, and analysis. The humans realized that they were not just sending messages, they were being judged. The aliens were testing the species, trying to determine whether humans were worthy of respect. Ethan turned to Alex quietly. Do you think we are passing the test? Alex watched the lights and pulses. I don't know yet, but we are showing them humans are unique, intelligent, and capable of growth. That has to count for something. As the hours turned into a full day, the crew continued. They sent more detailed representations of Earth's life and culture. Leah added scientific data, showing humans' knowledge of space, energy, and life itself. Sophie enhanced the ship's signals, making them stronger and clearer. Ethan piloted carefully, ensuring the Horizon Explorer remained at the perfect distance from the alien ship. The alien vessel responded with pulses that were slower now, more deliberate. The patterns suggested understanding, almost like the aliens were impressed by the humans' efforts. Leah analyzed the signals and whispered, They are impressed. They see potential in us. Alex allowed himself a small smile. Then we are on the right path. But we cannot stop. We need to keep showing them who we are. The communication continued for days. The Horizon Explorer became a bridge of understanding, sending pulses that combined logic, creativity, and emotion. The aliens responded with patterns that suggested recognition, curiosity, and analysis. They were learning about humanity, and humanity was learning about them. One evening, as the crew rested briefly, Alex spoke quietly. Do you realize what we are doing? We are showing the galaxy that humans are more than a species. We are thinkers, creators, and learners. This is history. Leah nodded. And they are noticing. If we succeed, we might not only survive, we might earn their respect. The next breakthrough came when the alien ship projected a massive pulse, larger and more complex than any before. Leah's computers struggled to interpret it, but slowly she began to understand. The aliens were not asking questions anymore. They were making statements. They were acknowledging the humans' intelligence, creativity, and courage. They recognize us, Leah whispered. They see that we are intelligent and capable. This is the first time they have done this for any species. Alex felt a surge of hope. Then Earth has a chance. Our message has worked. They are not enemies. They are observers, learners, and perhaps even potential allies. The crew realized that their mission had succeeded beyond their expectations. They had approached the heart of the alien fleet, communicated directly with the command vessel, and shown humanity's intelligence and creativity. The aliens had responded not with aggression, but with understanding. Sophie Daniels allowed herself a small smile. We did it. We really did it. Ethan Murphy nodded. And we get to bring this back to Earth. People need to know that there is hope. Leah added softly, we also need to learn more. There is still much to understand about them, their culture, and their intentions. But now we have a connection. That is the most important thing. For the first time, the Horizon Explorer crew felt a sense of relief. The alien fleet no longer moved aggressively. The drones had withdrawn. The central ship pulsed gently, as if acknowledging the humans' efforts. The interaction had become one of mutual observation, not confrontation. Alex turned to the crew. We have done something extraordinary. We have shown the galaxy that humans are more than just a species. We are thinkers, creators, and survivors. Now, we bring this knowledge back to Earth, and with it, hope. Leah sent one final signal before the return journey, a pulse that represented unity, intelligence, and creativity. The alien vessel responded with a massive wave of light, almost like a salute, recognizing the humans' courage and achievement. As the Horizon Explorer began its journey back to Earth, the crew reflected on what they had accomplished. They had faced beings far beyond their understanding and had survived. They had communicated across species and shown that intelligence, creativity, and courage could be stronger than fear and violence. Alex looked out at the stars, feeling a mix of awe and responsibility. We have started something new, he said quietly. Something that could change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. Leah nodded. And it all started with courage, intelligence, and the willingness to show who we really are. We have made them see humanity's potential. The Horizon Explorer moved steadily toward home, carrying not just humans, but a message of hope, understanding, and the possibility of a future among the stars. For the first time, humanity had made contact not as conquerors or prey, but as equals in intelligence and creativity, and the galaxy had noticed. The stars stretched endlessly ahead, but for the Horizon Explorer crew, the path was clear. They had survived, learned, and proven that humans were more than just a species. They were a force of intelligence, creativity, and courage. And Earth waited, unaware that the first true contact had been made, and that the future of all life depended on the success of a small crew daring enough to speak across the stars. The Horizon Explorer moved steadily toward Earth. Every member of the crew felt a mix of relief and anticipation. They had faced the alien fleet directly, communicated with the command vessel, and survived. But they also knew that the final challenge was still ahead, returning to Earth and sharing their discoveries with a world that had waited in fear. Alex Carter sat in the command seat, staring at the view screens. The alien fleet was visible behind them, massive ships glowing softly in the void. But unlike before, there was no aggression. The ships floated calmly, observing, almost respectfully. The humans had survived the first contact and had shown intelligence, courage, and creativity. Now the fleet's response suggested understanding, even admiration. Leah Martinez monitored the communication signals coming from the alien ships. She smiled faintly. "They are not leaving us alone," she said. "But they are no longer a threat. They are observing, almost like guardians." Ethan Murphy, the pilot, guided the ship carefully. "Guardians? That's new, but I like the sound of it." Sophie Daniels laughed softly. "I never thought I'd see humans and aliens in a peaceful standoff, and now it feels possible." Alex nodded. "It is possible. Humanity showed courage and intelligence, and the aliens responded. This is proof that survival doesn't always mean violence. Sometimes it means understanding." Back on Earth, people were still in a state of fear and uncertainty. Satellites reported the fleet's pause, but most of humanity did not yet understand the significance. Governments continued emergency protocols, military forces remained on alert, and citizens waited anxiously. The Horizon Explorer sent a signal ahead, informing Earth of the results of the mission. Leah carefully crafted the message to convey the aliens' reaction, their curiosity, and their pause in aggression. She included images and pulses showing that humans had survived direct contact. Within hours, Earth's leaders and scientists received the report. There was silence in the control rooms, followed by cautious optimism. For the first time, humanity realized that the threat might not be imminent destruction, but a chance to prove their worth in the galaxy. As the Horizon Explorer neared Earth orbit, Alex and Leah prepared to send one final message to the alien fleet. This message was not just about survival, it was about communication, mutual understanding, and the possibility of friendship. Leah explained the plan. "We need to show them that humans value life, creativity, and intelligence. This is more than a message. It is a statement. It shows that Earth is worth respecting, not destroying." Alex nodded. "Then let's do it. Humanity is counting on this." The crew worked together, sending the final pulse. It carried images of Earth, life, people, cities, oceans, forests, and animals. It also carried music, sequences of art, and the patterns of human thought. Every pulse was designed to show the aliens who humans were, what they valued, and why the planet mattered. The alien fleet responded. Slowly, their massive ships moved apart, creating paths in space that suggested recognition and respect. The Central Command vessel projected pulses of light that Leah interpreted as acknowledgement. The aliens were no longer observers. They were recognizing humans as a species of potential and intelligence. Alex allowed himself a small smile. "They understand us. They see our value. And they are leaving, in a way. They are showing respect." Leah studied the pulses carefully. "It's more than respect. They are considering us equals in intelligence. That is extraordinary." The Horizon Explorer entered Earth orbit. The crew could see the planet below, blue and green, calm and fragile. Cities glittered in the sunlight, oceans reflected the sky, and forests stretched endlessly. Alex felt a deep sense of responsibility. Earth had survived, but the future now depended on how humanity would act moving forward. Ethan looked at the planet. "It's beautiful, and we get to go home to it." Sophie smiled. "And we did something no one thought was possible. We faced the unknown and survived, not just with weapons, but with intelligence." Alex turned to Leah. "This mission was more than survival. It was a message to the galaxy. Humans are clever, creative, and courageous. And now, Earth has a chance to be respected, not just feared." Leah nodded. "And we have learned something too. The universe is vast, and life can be very different from ours. But understanding, intelligence, and courage are universal languages." As the Horizon Explorer descended toward the landing site, Earth's people watched anxiously. News channels broadcast updates in real time, and millions held their breath. When the ship touched down safely, the world erupted in relief and celebration. The crew emerged, tired but triumphant. Alex, Leah, Ethan, and Sophie were greeted by cheers, applause, and tears. They had returned from a mission that could have ended in destruction, but instead, it ended in hope. Alex addressed the gathered crowd. "We went to the stars to face the unknown. We encountered beings far beyond our understanding, and we survived, not because of weapons, but because of our intelligence, creativity, and courage. Earth is safe, and humanity has shown that it is capable of greatness." Leah stepped forward. "We have also learned that the universe is watching. Other civilizations may exist, and they may observe us. But if we act with intelligence, courage, and creativity, we can survive and even thrive. Humanity has a place in the galaxy." Ethan smiled at the crowd. "This is not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning. Earth is no longer alone, and we have the chance to prove ourselves among the stars." Sophie added, "We have seen that fear and violence are not the only answers. Communication, understanding, and creativity can achieve what weapons cannot. We have made history, and we must continue to honor that lesson." Across the world, people celebrated cautiously, knowing that the alien fleet was still out there, observing. But hope had replaced fear. Humanity had survived the first contact and had shown that it was capable of intelligence, creativity, and courage. In the following days, scientists, leaders, and citizens worked together to understand the data collected by the Horizon Explorer. They studied the aliens' patterns, learned from the pulses, and prepared for future encounters. Humanity had been given a chance to prove that Earth was worth protecting. Alex and Leah continued to monitor the fleet from Earth orbit. The alien ships remained at a distance, massive and silent, but no longer threatening. Every pulse from Earth was met with recognition and respect. Slowly, the humans realized that the fleet was not just a threat, it was a teacher, a witness to their intelligence and potential. One evening, as the sun set over the horizon, Alex stood with Leah at the observation deck of the Horizon station. The stars stretched endlessly, but for the first time, they felt less intimidating. "They are watching," Alex said quietly, "and they respect what we have shown them." Leah smiled. "Yes, we have made a mark on the galaxy. Humans are no longer just a species on a small blue planet. We are observers, thinkers, and creators. And now, we are recognized for it." Alex looked down at Earth, peaceful and beautiful. "We have a responsibility now. We survived, yes, but we must continue to show courage, intelligence, and creativity. The universe is watching, and we have proven that humans are worth noticing." Leah nodded. "And we have the chance to prepare for the future, to learn, explore, and continue showing that humanity is capable of greatness." The Horizon Explorer crew returned to their normal lives, but the world had changed. Humanity had faced a threat beyond comprehension and had survived not through violence, but through intelligence and creativity. The alien fleet had dispersed, leaving Earth unscathed, but their presence remained in the minds of humans. Governments formed new alliances, inspired by the realization that Earth was no longer alone. Scientists, artists, and thinkers were celebrated as heroes, their work now essential for the survival and progress of the species. Humanity had discovered that courage, creativity, and intelligence were the keys to survival, not just weapons and armies. Alex Carter, Leah Martinez, Ethan Murphy, and Sophie Daniels were honored globally. But they knew that the true reward was not recognition. It was proof that humanity could rise to challenges that seemed impossible. They had shown the galaxy that humans were capable of thought, creativity, and courage. Months passed, and the alien fleet remained distant but watchful. Earth continued to send pulses, small signals of communication, showing progress, creativity, and thought. Slowly, humans began to understand the lessons of the first contact. Intelligence and courage could change the course of history. Alex and Leah worked together to continue building understanding, preparing for the possibility of future contact. They knew that humanity's actions would be observed and judged. But they were confident that humans could meet any challenge with intelligence, courage, and creativity. One evening, as Alex looked at the night sky, he whispered, "Earth is safe. Humanity has survived, and the galaxy knows we are here." Leah joined him quietly. "Yes, and now we have a choice. We can continue to show courage, intelligence, and creativity, or we can waste this chance." "But I believe humanity will rise." Alex smiled. "We have proven that we can rise, and we will continue to do so. Earth is our home, and we have shown the stars that we are worth protecting." The alien fleet, massive and silent, remained distant. But humanity no longer feared it. Instead, they understood that survival was not just about defense. It was about intelligence, courage, and creativity. And for the first time, humans knew they had a reputation in the galaxy. Not as weak or simple, but as capable, inventive, and brave. Earth had survived. Humanity had survived. And the stars above were no longer just lights in the night sky. They were witnesses to what humans could achieve. Alex, Leah, Ethan, and Sophie looked at the stars, knowing that the universe was vast, full of unknown dangers and full of opportunities. But they also knew that humanity had proven something extraordinary. When faced with the impossible, humans could survive, adapt, and even earn the respect of beings beyond imagination. And so, Earth was safe. Humanity was stronger, wiser, and recognized by the galaxy for the first time. The journey had been dangerous, terrifying, and exhausting, but it had also been the greatest achievement in human history. The stars shone above, vast and endless, and humanity, small but clever, courageous and creative, looked up at them with hope, ready for whatever came next.